Okay, so looking at the page and trying to think of a concept to set up your composition. So again, just starting with the circular piece, there's a little change to the shape. Find that center line. And this nose comes out a little bit further, but it has the bridge of it almost like the egg shape, so you can see where it starts. And then it comes out a little further just to get the beginning part. And they go all the way down to the base of this, so you can kind of see here's the elliptical shape around to show the location of the eyes. But here the nose kind of giving some proportion to it and coming all the way down to the base of this, and you can see where it swoops it up a little bit. Starts to make its own shape there. From the bridge of the nose, kind of goes around the top, almost like a stripe down the front of the face. So it kind of gets you a little bit of some help. The cheeks, here's the cheeks from the egg character, but now they're just tapered to the side, so just put a little arrow there. And that wraps it around to the side of the head, and you can kind of see it taking on this cylindrical bridge. Here's the triangle from the egg shape character, but now it's just extended a little bit, and it comes like a cylindrical shape out here. Just kind of emphasizing that. So once you have the eye, you can kind of see the eyebrow, eyelid maybe for that part. Here's the eyebrow echoing that shape. Goes around the form, so it's on the opposite side, more of an acute angle. And then here, this time, first time it shows the iris with the pupil inside of it, so the character is just a little bit further developed than the first batch, but they're a little bigger. Here's the other side of the cheek, symmetrical. And coming out to the nose, when you take a look at it, keep it as a circular shape, still follows the center line. Kind of has a squared off piece that tapers down the middle. So you see a round part on either side. If you get lost, go back to the geometry of it. Separates the front of the mouth here, so there's a shape. The other one's a little bit further on it. Wraps on this side. Here's the center piece. And now it comes out to the mouth. Now here's where the mouth was a triangular shape. Now it's coming down. Here's it. So if you think of it like a triangular shape on the other side, and then just round it off, it's kind of making that look, surprised kind of look. A little bit of a thickness in it, almost like a coil, and you can kind of build that up. There's the lower part of the jaw there. So then as it comes up into the top of the head, you can kind of see it levels off just a little bit up here. Kind of a couple pieces. Here's a point where the ear is going to kind of hang straight down. And again, this is a flat shape, but if you think of it dimensionally, here's an edge to it. And just kind of carve it in there. If it has some folds in the ear, you can place that in there. I was just trying to give you some more structure of the piece. Here's the back of the skull, and it goes up and around, so it's kind of a flatter piece. Again, some of the hair follow it right down the center line, just to kind of build that section up. And you can adjust it. If it's too long, it's light enough that you can erase it and backtrack to it. You can see the other side of the ear. Can't see where it's attached. And then the neck. Now, depending on what you do to the rest of the character, that's kind of building that section up. So I have him sitting down here. Put a collar on him. Shirt collar, not a dog collar. And here's where you're trying to think of the gesture with the spine, so I'll set this up just a little bit for you. Trying to look at the entire drawing, so kind of a long neck. Here's the torso, here's the pelvis. Put some circles, almost like a bean shape again. And here's the leg. Keeping it like a stick figure makes it easy at first. And then you can adjust it. So than the feet. So keeping it pretty loose first there. Just going to build that character up. Rectangular shapes, keep them flat. And here's the arm. Here's that mitten shape for the glove. Here's the other arm. Still a stick figure there. Double it up just to get some depth to it. And there's the hand there. So here's the meaty part of it. That part. So he's watching the game, just give him a hot dog. Now you kind of have it all set up. Would come back in just a little bit to fit this. There's a circular part, there's the mitten divided. Kind of keeping it there like that. Probably won't make it a mitten, but just keep it as the dog's foot there. Kind of have it all built up. And again, here's the little bit of the perspective lines with the bench again. Bleachers in there. I might put a hat on him up here. Remember, find the cylindrical part of it. The bridge of it fitting across. Tapering it like that so you kind of get a little bit of a section. Okay. And now it's just a matter of taking a look at the proportion, kind of cleaning it all up a bit, and then just going in and heading up some of the lines there. And just remember the thin and thick lines coming across. Got this surprise look. Okay. So just kind of some basic beginning to get it set up. Let's see where you're at.